Alright guys, let's jump into the Flexbox model. Flexbox is a new specification that let us to best lay out our pages other than floats and inline block. We have learned about the floats and inline block positioning. We understood how to create reusable and flexible layouts. Let me tell you one thing about floats. For the last decade or so, floats were the only option to lay out the complex layouts. But float was never actually intended for positioning purposes. Thus, it comes with few pitfalls, and we have already seen all those pitfalls and how to come over it. Alright, now we have Flexbox. Inside the Flexbox, we will get rid of all those limitations that we have seen in float as well as inline block. Alright, so what is Flexbox? Flexbox provides a more efficient way to lay out elements. It gives us the ability to align the items and distribute space among the items in a container, even though if we don't know the exact size of the elements or even it is dynamic. With the Flexbox, we get the power of flexibility to fill the available space so that elements can easily accommodate according to the size of the screens. Alright, so now let's understand how exactly Flexbox model works. To understand, here I have taken one page. Inside this document right now we have a container, and inside that container we have few boxes, and inside CSS we have normal CSS resets and then normal styles, and I have taken different background for different boxes which we have created using box. And inside the HTML we have box class, and this box one is for the individual classes, and our page looks something like this. Alright, so let's get started with the Flexbox now. So there is one property inside Flexbox, that is display flex. The display flex rule is very necessary because Flexbox comes with few different properties. Some properties can be applied to the parent, some property can be applied to the container. And to make use of all those Flexbox properties and values, the very first thing we need is to get into the Flexbox zone. And to get into the Flexbox zone, we apply display flex to an element. So for example, let's apply display flex to this container and we will see what happens to this children's. So to the container here, let's apply display flex. Now save the file and give a refresh to our page here. Alright, as soon as we apply display flex inside the container, all the items inside the container get into a single line. That's the Flexbox model. Here we have two things. One is the container and another is item. As soon as we apply display flex to any element, that automatically becomes a flex container, or you can say Flexbox content, and the item inside the container, that becomes flex items. So we can see here, this is the container, the outer line. Inside the container we have three different items. So the outer line box is our flex container and the item inside it are the flex items. And it is necessary to differentiate between flex container and flex item. As I have already mentioned that the Flexbox model comes with a few properties. Few properties can be applied to the flex container here, and few properties can be applied to the flex item here. So next we will see what are the different flex container properties and what are the different flex item properties. Then we will discuss all those properties one by one.